Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be discussing the major cheating scandal from last weekend's World Cup qualifier. This has been a really big story in the Fortnite community these past few days, so I'm guessing a decent amount of you already have a general idea of what happened. But in case you don't really follow competitive Fortnite closely, here's a quick summary of the controversy. Last weekend, a player named Rise XXiF finished Week 3 of the Solo World Cup qualifiers with a total of 69 points. This was good enough for a second place finish in the NA East region, and since he finished in the top 6, he automatically qualified for the Fortnite World Cup. At first, this seemed totally normal. Ziff is a legitimately pro-level player, so him finishing second overall wasn't some totally unbelievable thing. However, the next day, another pro player named RBK High Sky revealed a very interesting replay from one of Ziff's final matches when he was on the brink of qualification. So the full clip is about 1 minute 30 seconds long, but since I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it already, I'll just show you the most important part.
Ziff lands on this pump. Go to gameplay real quick. Runs around. Wuji lands. What is Wuji doing? He sees him land on the pump. Starts pickaxing this. Doesn't grab the pump. Pickaxes the chest. That's a complete ass and dies. Not a gun in sight except that purple pump. You already see two kids fighting. Grabs his chest. Crouches. Grabs it, runs into it. Sees all those mats. Doesn't grab anything. Purposely shoots the brick. Purposely shoots a brick for this.
So what you just saw there was a clip of Ziff getting 2 very questionable kills at the beginning of that match. And you may have heard High Sky briefly mention it, but you need to remember that the guys he killed, Jesty and Wuji, aren't just average or regular players. These are 2 guys in the final round of World Cup qualifiers, so both are in the top 3,000 of players in the entire NA East region. And they also both had a very respectable amount of points in the finals. Plus, as a cherry on top, as we'll get into a little later, it turns out both of these players are also Ziff's friends. Now initially, I wasn't going to make a video on this topic because even though there is a lot of convincing evidence, it felt like somewhat of a he said, she said situation that would never really get resolved. Plus, after the whole DubsFN cheating fiasco that ended up being a total sham a few weeks ago, I think people have realized to be a bit more cautious when making major accusations like this. However, today we had a major development with this whole situation. Epic actually came out and directly addressed this controversy in their new weekly communication blog. It was a bit of an unexpected thing, and no matter what decision they made, it was going to be incredibly important for setting the precedent of Epic's cheating policy. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so at about 11 AM on Friday, May 3rd, Epic released the following statement in a blog post under the section titled Official Competitive Ruling. Based on an internal investigation, we have concluded that a group of players attempted to undermine the Week 3 Fortnite World Cup online open competition on April 28th by colluding across several matches. All players involved will receive a 14-day competitive ban and will be ineligible for any Week 3 prizes. This group also included a player whose score would have qualified them for the Fortnite World Cup finals in New York. Consequently, in addition to the competitive ban and loss of prizing, this player will also forfeit their Fortnite World Cup Finals qualification spot. As a result, the qualification spot will be granted to the next highest ranking player on the Week 3 Finals leaderboard for the NA East region who has yet to qualify for solos. So there's the official decision straight from Epic Games themselves. All 3 players, which means Ziff, Jesty, and Wuji, will be banned from playing any kind of competitive event for the next 14 days. All 3 of them also won't be able to claim any of the prize money they received from Week 3. And most importantly, Ziff will be forced to forfeit a spot in the World Cup, and it will instead be given to the next highest finisher from Week 3 who hasn't already qualified. And I believe for that specific week, it was the guy who finished in 8th place. Now let me tell you guys what I like about this ruling and what I don't really like about it. I really do think that Epic did almost everything right here. Like I mentioned earlier, I was pleasantly surprised to see them make an official public statement on this specific situation. I think they were kinda pressured into it because it became such a huge controversy in the community, but it's still good to see them respond to that pressure specifically. I also like the fact that they voided all the money earned in the Week 3 qualifiers from all 3 of the players involved. I think that what you saw in that clip was such blatantly obvious foul play that there's really no debating that specific ruling. And without a doubt, the most important thing that they got right was taking away Ziff's spot in the World Cup and giving it to the next highest player. However, the one thing that I think they got wrong here was only banning Ziff for 14 days. Now, if you guys don't know a lot about Ziff, I can totally understand why you may think that 14 days is enough punishment. I'm sure someone is thinking, oh, come on, it was only 2 kills and they already took away everything he earned. Anything more than a 14-day ban would be overkill. What you need to realize, though, is that this isn't the first time Ziff has shown shady behavior when it comes to competitive Fortnite. For example, if you search his name, Rise XXiF, into YouTube, one of the first things you'll find is an 11-month-old video of someone showing proof of him cheating in an online wager match. Someone else also has Discord messages of Ziff offering to help someone else cheat to win a wager match. And High Sky, the guy who started this whole investigation with the video I showed you guys at the beginning, also found proof of Jesty seemingly feeding a kill to a different one of their friends. So based on all that, this is probably not the first, second, or maybe even third time that Ziff and his friends have been caught cheating in a competitive match. This guy's a pretty clear history of cheating and now shows that he's willing to do it on the biggest stage with tons of money on the line. To only give him a 14-day ban just seems really weak to me. Just to put it in perspective, that 14-day ban is the same exact ban that a random person who tries to play on 2 different regions for qualifiers will receive. For example, Martaz, who is now a member of FaZe, big congrats to him for that by the way, he got a 14-day ban for switching his region to NA East to check the leaderboards, and then he accidentally queued into a qualifier later that day. As soon as he realized it, he instantly left the game, but it didn't make a difference and he still got a 14-day ban. Plus, on top of that comparison, Ziff and his friends tried to cover up the whole situation and continued to lie about what happened. For example, in Ziff's official response to the situation he posted a few days ago, he said this about his relationship with Jesty. And for people saying Jesty is my friend or that I'm good friends with him, I'm not. Whatever Jesty did during the World Cup qualifiers and his actions have nothing to do with me. He's a 14-year-old who's seen me play at Toronto LANs. I'm 22 years old. Jesty landing on me is as good as any fan landing on their favorite streamer or pro player. That does seem somewhat reasonable, yet a few days later, people discovered that in a video Ziff uploaded to his own YouTube channel at the beginning of Season 7, he's literally playing squads with Jesty. However, as much as I disagree with it, I always try to present both sides of each story, and I think I understand Epic's reasoning for only making the ban 14 days. First off, here's their official response on Reddit to people criticizing the fact that the ban was so short. They replied, "As I've seen folks curious about the length of the ban, we are remaining consistent with our general action against teaming here by giving first-time offenders a 14-day ban. So I guess that does actually make a decent amount of sense. Even though it does seem like he's cheated in other things in the past, officially this is his first time being caught breaking the rules. But let me just say, if he ends up serving the ban and then legitimately ends up qualifying for the World Cup, that's going to be a super awkward and controversial situation for Epic to deal with. If that does happen, I think it'll look really bad for a confirmed cheater to be playing on the game's biggest stage. But hey, I do believe in giving people second chances also, so I guess we'll see what happens. So as I was making this video, there was actually some extra drama added into it that I want to share with you guys. A few hours after Epic's blog post, Rise Nation, the team that Ziff was signed to, tweeted this. Due to the recent allegations being confirmed by Epic Games, we'll be releasing Ziff and Ronaldo TV from our Rise Fortnite roster. We don't tolerate cheating within our organization and hope our fans can continue to support us. As I briefly mentioned earlier, Ronaldo was the friend that, according to clips, Jesty also seemed to be feeding kills to. So just a disaster situation for that entire group, but hey, they really do deserve all the negative things coming their way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on this whole Ziff cheating situation? Do you believe he was cheating? Do you think he was properly punished? Did Epic do the right thing here? Let me know. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.